and welcome to Cash in the Celebrity Attic. This is the show that searches out the hidden treasures in the homes of the rich and famous, and then we sell them at auction to raise money for good causes. Well, today we should be laughing all the way to the bank because I'm about to meet a lady best known for her comedy routines. She's been treading the board since the tender age of 7. Whether she's a leading lady or TV presenter, she's always full of lively debate. But she's best known for ruffling the feathers of her neighbours in a British sitcom, so who can it be? Today, the streets of southwest London are leading me to the home of Lesley Joseph. She made us laugh and catapulted to fame as the TV character Dorian, whose lust for life, taste for handsome young men and exotic dresses saw the TV sitcom Birds of a Feather become a British classic. Coming up in today's show, Lesley Joseph digs deep in devotion to Dorian.
I'm desperately trying to breathe and I can't believe I've actually appeared in public dressed like this.
While Paul dishes out the puns.
So this is it, my steamer chair?
Full steam ahead.
Oh, you are so corny.
But selling items at auction is a serious business.
We're doing fabulously, but I want more!
So at the end of the day, will we be delighted?
Yes, come on, yes.
Or down in the dumps?
Come on.
Find out when the hammer falls. Although best known as a comedy actress, Lesley Joseph has played everything from recovering alcoholic to fairy godmother. But her greatest role in life is as a mum, and today her 24-year-old daughter Lizzie, who sings in a funk band, has come to help out with the rummaging. So how will the Cash in the Attic team fare as they partner up with this pair of performers and go in search of items to sell at auction?
Come in! Hello, darling. Mwah. Mwah.
Right,
Okay.
good morning. Is it OK if I look round? Is that all right?
No knickerdrawers.
No knickerdrawers. Seller, sounds about right to me.
Hi, darling, you're all right.
What we found?
Hi, you're Lizzie then?
Yes, hello.
All right, so it's very good of you to agree to do the programme with your mum.
I'm looking forward to it. It's going to be fun.
Oh, excellent. Well, who are we raising the money for then?
We're raising money for the Dogs Trust because I just did a dog training show with little Louise, who'd been in the kennels for 2 years. And the Dogs Trust, I went out, it was out in Harefield, and they never put dogs down. They keep them for as long as it takes to rehome them. And actually, she'd been there for so long, they thought she was unhomeable. But now she's found a new home. So, yeah, for them.
That's wonderful. So are you both hoarders then?
Yes,
The
we're
worst.
awful.
We're terrible.
We can never
She's
get rid
worse
of
than I am.
anything.
I know. I mean, sometimes I do go through, OK, spring cleaning, out. And what I do, I don't actually throw them out, I just put them upstairs. So I do things like, right, I'm getting rid of all these clothes. Well, I won't get rid of them, I'll just put them in the attic, just in case I ever need them. And so everything rots and festers out there for years. But she's worse than I am, aren't you?
Is that true?
Not good. Yeah, I'm not good.
Right, OK, well, I hope we can get rid of something today
We will.
then.
I'll prize them out of her arms.
All right, let's go and see whether Paul's found anything yet. Come on.
Come on.
Let's do it.
Leslie seems to be a bit of a magpie when it comes to collecting, and she's feathered her South London nest with an amazing array of objects. Just don't tell the cat that the proceeds from today's rummage are going to a charity that helps rehome abandoned and rescued dogs. With decades of experience under his belt, antiques expert Paul Hayes is the man with the job of pricing up the prize picks. Let's hope he's barking up the right tree with his first find.
Oh, just in time. How was that?
Are you going to watch yourself on TV?
Exactly, yeah. I found a Victorian television set.
You know where that goes. Can I just tell you a story behind this?
Yeah, go on.
Lesley Joseph watched the coronation, not the old coronation, 1953 coronation, on
Yes.
his television. Right. We were the only people in the street to actually have television. And about 50 people crammed into my mother's little house and we watched the coronation on that television.
But that seems to be when people first discovered TV. I think because it was such a major event.
Yes.
I mean, the coronation, we'd never experienced one quite like it, had we? But what was great about this one, this is the Bush TV 24. And this was unique because you were able to actually tune in whichever part of the country you were, and you could tune in to the coronation that was happening in London. Can you imagine how amazing that must have been at the time? You know,
Well,
I
you
still
must have
get
been
that
one of
now.
the poshest people in the street if you were the ones with the television.
But we weren't. We didn't have a lot of money at all. But I don't know, my father, for some reason, came home one day with a television.
So what I want to know is, does this have a value?
Well, it certainly has a collector's value. The better ones, if I may say, is actually the model before this, is the Type TV22. The best ones are Bakelite. Well, what's lovely about those is that you can make some wonderful shapes. There's only so much you can actually do with wood, but with plastic, you can make these real Art Deco shapes.
That's
and people
what's
love
so
that.
weird, because you'd think wood, being natural, would be much better. Bakelite is sort of, you know...
The brighter and more shapely they are, the better it is.
So
but that's
anyway,
great.
has it got a value?
Wants to know the money.
Yes.
I'll tune in now, and I think that's worth maybe at least 30 up to about £60. How does that sound?
But it's that sounds fantastic, but it is priceless in memories.
Should we split off and see what else we can find?
Yep. Whee!
The Bush model TV24 sets us up with our first valuation of between £30 and £60. And Lizzie has picked up some collectible 19th century German miniature dolls in porcelain to add to the pot. These two should pull in £40 to £50. But it looks like Lesley is using some poetic licence when it comes to seeking out the sale items.
The overflowings of an innocent heart, it haunts me still, though many a year has fled, like some wild memory. Alone it hangs over a mouldering heirloom, its companion an oaken chest, half eaten by the worm.
And is the oaken chest half eaten by the worm something we're going to be selling?
I don't think we are. But what about the book?
That's lovely.
It is beautiful. A book of poems and pastorals. Such an old-fashioned word, isn't it? Pastorals.
So tell me how you got involved in poetry. I understand it's something you loved from a young age.
I've always loved poetry. I took elocution lessons since I was a little girl, since about 4. Belonged to a local, the Mask Theatre, which I'm president of now, which was an amateur group, and I first went on stage in the New Theatre in Northampton. I was 7. With my feet I tap, tap, tap. With my hands I clap, clap, clap. From Hansel and Gretel. So I always did it.
So which do you prefer, television or the stage?
I came from a theatrical background, so I love theatre. I love panto, I love that immediacy with the audience, I love the magic, I love the lights, I love the music. But then again, I love television because it's just a different discipline. I love live television, I love the immediacy. Anything can go wrong, you've got to think on your feet all the time. So I think I would say, really, I get satisfaction out of both of them. But I'm essentially an actress, so I suppose theatre is at the root of my love.
Now, tell me a little bit more about the Dogs Trust. How much money would you like to raise for them, and will that make a difference?
I did a bit of research and found out it took 33 pence a day to feed a dog.
That doesn't sound too much.
It doesn't. So, might be 200, 250. Anything up to 400 would be fantastic. But to be absolutely honest, whatever, because they really do need every penny. Anything that I can raise would help.
Now, of course, you are most famous in the general public's mind for being
dreaded
Dorian, aren't you? How do you feel about that character?
I love her. I love Dorian. I mean, she changed my life, and I always find it very weird when people say, how do you feel about when people say about Dorian and Birds of a Feather? And I say, you know what? She was a fantastic character. We did 103 episodes. Pauline Linda and I had a ball. We worked for 9 years. I mean, I think at one point we went out to 20 million people. You don't get that now because there's so many other channels. I think people love them because it was always on the verge of soap. It was soap, sitcom, you know, the two were very enmeshed, really. And she was a great comic character. People still love her. And, yeah, she changed my life, and I had great fun playing her.
And, of course, you got to wear some fabulous outfits.
They were great. I used to buy the clothes and think, yeah, I'll buy those half price afterwards. And they were such fun creations.
And what was her wildest outfit?
And the wildest outfit, I think, was when she sang Like a Virgin, the Madonna song. And we did it at the Hammersmith Palais in front of 600 extras. And she wore this, what I can only call a pelmet. It was like this little dress covered in sort of hearts and stuff, and all bling, bling, bling. And I got it upstairs with the matching handbag.
Oh, excellent. Well, we're going to have a look at that,
Yeah,
aren't we?
later.
I don't know whether Paul's found it already. But let's go see if he's found something else we can say. He might even have it on. He's done Stranger Things. While Lesley and I have been chatting away, the search has been continuing in earnest. Like old Mother Hubbard, Lizzie has gone to the cupboard to fetch a bone for the Dogs Trust. It's not bare, but not bountiful either. Perhaps Paul's find will be a bit more productive.
Lesley,
Yeah?
now then, I love this old chair.
Oh, do you found this?
It needs a bit of repair, though, doesn't it, I think?
It does, really. It's lovely, isn't it? I think it is quite old. I got this from my grandmother's. She was Russian, and they lived in a flat in Victoria, and That's probably, is it Edwardian? It seems...
It is. You're looking probably 1900, 1920, that sort of
That's
time.
Edwardian, isn't it?
Yes, yeah, dead on. It's very arts and crafts, though. The use of oak was very typical
This
at that
is
time.
oak?
This is oak, solid oak. And what I love about it, actually, you can see where somebody had sat and reclined, and
Yeah,
it's worn
see the
away
wear.
the area there. And that's a patina. That can't really be fake nowadays.
No.
That gives its real age to it. But it has an official title. It's called a steamer chair. Have you heard of that expression before?
I haven't, but I know what you're going to say. The cruise ships, they would have it on the deck and use it like a deck chair.
Exactly. This goes back really to the golden age of travel. We're so used to nowadays getting from A to B as quickly as possible. When these chairs were around, they would sit on the top deck of the steamers and you would take 2 weeks to travel the Atlantic. Can you imagine what it must have been like?
Must have been wonderful.
Lying there steamed yourself probably half the time. But I think these are marvellous things. This one needs a little bit of restoration.
Needs a bit of tender, loving care.
If I was being realistic, I think because of the restoration, if I said around the £50 mark, sort of 30 to 50, I mean...
That's fine.
So is it sentimental at all?
It is, but it's not used. I just use it to store cushions on, and I would rather actually it went to a good home. Somebody, a bit of tender, loving care.
Well, do you know what? I think that could cruise at the auction. Let's full steam ahead.
Oh, you are so corny.
I'll second that, Lesley, but as it's a bit rickety, the steamer chair's only worth £30 to £50. We've still got a long way to go before we hit our target, so we'd better keep on rummaging. Lesley's trying to magic up some more auction lots, and this would certainly get us a bit further ahead, unlike Paul's latest discovery. I think Lesley is going to bring us all to book.
Oh, my goodness, this is so heavy. Can't believe it. Come here, look. Can you believe this? These are carpenters and builders manuals. I know that because I can read. That's the only way I know that.
OK.
Bound copies, and this was published, and there is the invitation to the opening of Tower Bridge.
Wow, isn't that amazing? What year was that then? That's
1894.
The Illustrated Carpenter and Builder, 1894 to 1895. Isn't that fantastic?
I mean, presumably it's a load of different magazines all bound together.
That's right. If you were a carpenter, it would teach you your trade. It's very important
It's like
to
a building
understand.
manual in a way, but...
Exactly.
I don't know who would buy it, but I just think it's a beautiful record of something, well, long ago now. Would anybody buy this? Is it collectible at all?
It's definitely collectible, but anything that has the history of construction. I've seen books similar to this which have designs for wallpaper, which are always interesting. Lots of them get reinvented and rebrought for a new generation. But what you look for on these are condition, and that one's in a nice condition, so it's all complete.
So it's good,
that's,
it's
yeah.
all there.
Are you sure it's not sort of sentimental to you at all? Or?
No.
No. OK. I think £20 to £40 is a reasonable sort of estimate on that. But if you wanted to make your own furniture, I think
You
it's
wanted
probably
to make your
priceless.
own Tower Bridge.
Hello.
Oh, hello.
Oh, hello. Here we
What
are.
have we got here?
Well, I'm starting a construction company.
Oh, I was going to say, right, OK. Well, I'll tell you what, if you use methods from back then, it'd probably be a lot nicer than half the things we seem to build today.
We're
bit
still
slower.
standing, won't we, I think?
Anyway, listen, we haven't got time to chat.
Right.
We're running out of time
Right.
for this rubbish.
OK.
We need to find more things.
OK,
Come on.
OK,
All right.
we're going. I'm with you. I'm coming.
Well, the estimate's £20 to £40, but then builders' quotes are famously flexible. Fortunately, Lizzie's found a Pentax camera with great auction potential. £100 to £150 is a brilliant boost to our target for the canine charity. But we're hoping to get over the £300 mark, so we'd better keep up the search. Leslie's still looking for lots, while Lizzie has been busy and seems to have found a classic collector's piece in the cellar.
Paul, come and have a look at this.
Where are you?
Down here.
All right, you live down here. I look down here already. Oh, now that's what you found.
Look at this desk.
All right. OK. That's quite a nice desk, actually, isn't it?
Yeah,
Is this
I
one
really
of yours?
like it. No, it came from my grandmother.
All right, so it's a proper heirloom.
Yeah, it is indeed.
Gotcha. Right, well, it's a cylinder desk or a bureau de roi. Have you heard of that before?
No.
Ah, that's my French accent, you see.
Great French accent.
But what it is, this cylinder here folds over your main part of your desk. So if you can imagine a lady like yourself will be sat writing your letters, and to keep them private and personal, you just shut this down and lock it. And somebody's locked that. So do you know when that was locked?
No, I don't know.
Do you know that could be a real treasure trove in there? You could have
Yeah,
all
it
this-
could be. Open it up and there'll be all kinds of stuff. So, do you think it'd be worth much, or...?
Well, there is a collectability with it. It's a blonde oak. It's a very light colour. It's very 20th century, but it instantly says to me Art Deco.
Yeah.
So you've got these rectangular handles here. You've got these, look at the plates around the handles here.
Yeah.
Very, very Art Deco, like the Empire State Building.
Yeah.
That's quite a nice item. I mean, if that was going to auction, If I said at least 30, 50 pounds, I mean,
Fab.
how do you think that sounds?
Yeah, great, yeah.
But it is an heirloom, I suppose, in a way. I mean,
Yes.
how do you feel about selling it? I mean, is it going to end up
Well,
with
it's more up to my mum, really. I think we should probably ask her. Mum?
you? OK.
Yeah.
You there?
Come down here. Yeah. Oh, you're in the cellar. Here I come.
Yeah, sorry to drag you down here. There's an old desk here, which Lizzie's very kindly found.
My mother's.
Right. So is that sentimental to you, or is that something we can sell?
It is. I'll ask her.
Do you want to ask her?
I'll phone her.
All right.
Okay.
So will you ever think of maybe you two have a little chat about that?
Yeah.
Yeah, come on then.
But we need to find something we can definitely cancel.
I'm rummaging.
OK.
Let's do it.
Leslie's mum will have the final say on the roll-top desk, but if it does go to auction, it could fetch £30 to £50. Meanwhile, Paul's still picking up the scent for sale items, while Lesley and Lizzie have taken a bit of time out for musical interlude.
Hello, sorry.
Who's that?
My daughter.
Is that you singing?
Is it brilliant?
Yeah.
Oh, wow, that's fantastic. So how long has the band been going for, Lizzie?
Well, for about 6 months, really. We've had a few changes along the way, but it's really good fun, and I've got such a good group of people to do it with. It's really, really fun to do.
Leslie, are you surprised that she's decided to go down a sort of performing route?
Not really, no, but she's written songs since she was a child. I mean, always. About 8, I think you wrote your first song. We're waiting for the #1, but that'll happen.
Hopefully one day.
Yeah.
What are your long-term plans, Lizzie?
Well, we'd just love to increase our fan base, play some really great venues, and you never know, if we do get #1 at some point in the future, that'd be wonderful. But if not, just have fun doing it. That's the main thing.
So, I mean, do you have any fears for her? Because let's be honest, sort of any career in the sort of performing industry is not exactly the most secure in the world, is it?
Listen, if she's happy, I'm happy. It's as simple as that, really. I mean, I think it's great. She's happy and she loves it. And I've seen them perform and they're great. So I just think, yeah, go for it.
So, Lizzie, what was it like for you when your mum was at the peak of her fame with the Dorian character?
It was just really, really good fun and just normal, yeah.
But did your friends expect your mum to be like Dorian?
Yeah, some people did, some people did. And it was always a bit of a shock when they saw she was completely different.
So, you did say earlier that you kept quite a lot of your Dorian
Oh, I know.
outfits.
Certainly, I've got the karaoke one. I don't know whether I can still get into it.
I bet you can.
It's
If I can help
karaoke
you.
with a bag. It's got a bling. It's very bling, that one, isn't it?
Oh, we've got to
Extremely
go and
bling.
see that.
I don't mind.
Come on, let's go and see if we can find Paul and see if we can raise some
All right, come on then.
Let's go.
Paul's next auction lot is Poetry in Motion, as Leslie's agreed to part with the book of pastorals she read from earlier. Together with a first edition souvenir of the coronation of George VI, a 1915 tribute to King Albert of Belgium, and a novel by Charles Kingsley, it should raise the princely sum of £30 to £50. Over £150 in valuations so far means we've already got enough to feed one dog for a year. And while we're on the subject of dogs' dinners... This is definitely the Madonna outfit, isn't it?
I'm desperately trying to breathe in. I can't believe I've actually appeared in public dressed like this. What do we think?
They actually worn that away from the TV studios.
No.
No, right.
It's from
I don't know
Morecambe. What can I tell you?
Paul, don't be ridiculous.
All right.
Morecambe is obviously a different planet.
Yes, yes.
This was Birds of a Feather, iconic moment.
Yes.
I'm
right.
so sorry. What can I say about it?
Well, what can you say about this? I'm sorry, this should not be seen in public.
When Dorian was doing her Like a Virgin.
Right, I've got
bit,
you.
See?
Okay, I thought
and
I'd seen it
obviously
before,
it was
so.
on the
What do we
borders
think
of
about these?
Well, yes, I think we should make Paul wear that one.
Well,
That's what
I think you two should chat about all these lovely frocks, because
They are
they do
amazing.
remind me
Well,
of
they're
the 1980s and 90s.
But they're
definitely.
very, very good names. But unfortunately, they are 80s into the 90s, and the problem at the moment is everyone wants 70s stuff. I think another 5 or 6 years, and we'll be
Then
talking
they'll be
good money on
vintage.
that. But I
Even
don't
narrowed it
know that
down.
this is something we can sell.
Well, do you know, I'm sure you two could talk about frocks and dresses all day.
Oh, yeah.
Yes, I'll leave you to that. But you said these go out of fashion. There's one style that never goes out of fashion. That's French Rococo. And that's this mirror here. What a cracker.
Do you like it?
Yeah, I do. I really like that, actually.
What was it doing here, though? Is this... You can't...
Well, I've got nowhere to put it up. I literally, it's too big for the house, so I'm quite happy to sell this.
This is a very stylish mirror. I mean, was it ever above a mantelpiece, like an overmantel?
Not that I'm aware of. No.
Right. If you have a look at the bottom of the mirror, it stops almost like a straight line. That tells me that it's been on top of something, on a surface. So perhaps a console table or something like that. But the style is French Rococo. This was really invented in the 18th century. The Palace of Versailles was built
Oh yeah,
around
the
this
Sun
big
King.
affair.
Oh, I love all that.
But obviously this is a reproduction. It's not an original 18th century mirror. It would be worth thousands. £100,000, you know. A couple of little quick ways to tell. The original obviously would be wood and then covered in gesso or gesso, which is like a plaster with a gilded finish. But this is actually cast in resin and then painted. But a nice reproduction, 18th century style Rococo mirror in good order. You're looking around the £100 mark, maybe 100, 150. I mean, how does that sound?
Absolutely
Yeah?
great. Okay.
Oh my goodness. What are you wearing?
Don't say anything. All right, I'm demonstrating what Dorian used to look like. Bit fatter and older now, but there you go. Game for anything. But anyway, we're not selling Dorian stuff now then.
No, when it comes to Dorian's wardrobe, I feel this is a national treasure that should be in the Victoria and Albert Museum. And this number is the piece de resistance. But for now, we need to find some more bits of places that we can sell.
Okay,
so,
yeah.
shall we have another look round?
Yeah,
Come on, then.
let's do it.
Actually, I'm just going to have one more look
Go
at
on.
these clothes, if you don't mind. Ooh, look. Looky, looky, looky. The Rococo style mirror is a great addition to Lesley's target for charity. Let's hope the bidders will want to snap it up for between £100 and £150. Meanwhile, as time starts to run out on us, Paul's still rummaging like a man on a mission. Looks like we'd better give him a hand.
Lorne, what do you think?
I think that's gorgeous.
Yeah?
I
Take it down.
love that. Yeah, definitely.
Okay, here we go. Ooh.
They're very heavy, actually, aren't they?
They certainly are.
Wow. So where's this from?
This was from a friend, but, well, maybe it's to go with the Bush television, because the Bush radio.
It's absolutely lovely.
Bakelite, isn't it?
Yeah, definitely. And I
So
love that
smooth.
colour as well. It's quite unusual to get it in the cream.
Is it?
Well, I think usually they're brown, to be honest with you. But you don't want it anymore?
No, I don't think so. I mean, no, let it go with the television.
It's not something Lizzie would be interested in.
No, she's a modern chick.
Liz?
Hello.
What do you think? Look.
Oh, it's lovely.
Is it something you're interested in keeping as you're so into music, though?
Stick with the MP3, I think.
Well, one man I know knows nothing about MP3 players but will know everything about this is Paul. So are you there, Paul?
Yep. How you doing, all right?
Yeah,
Isn't this lovely?
Fantastic, yeah, that's Bakelite. There we are, that's exactly what we're looking for. That colour's quite a rare one.
Is it?
That's called ivory or ivorine. And when Dr. Bakerland, he was a Belgian scientist, he came up with this wonderful substance which went on to be plastic as we know it today. But the idea was originally that he tried to copy other materials, so we'd make it look like tortoise shell, he'd make it look like walnut or wood effects, so you could have these wonderful sculptures, if you like, that you couldn't do in the raw material. So it's a very desirable substance, and of course it's a radio. That's a pre-war one, that one actually.
Yeah.
And what's wonderful about these is that you can still use them today. You can probably plug that in, it'll pick up all the medium wave and long wave, I think. You're not going to get FM stereo, no. Or iPod.
Saleable?
Very saleable, yes. It's quite a nice example. I'd say at least £30 to £50. I mean, that sort of price band. How does that sound?
Maybe a little bit more.
Maybe a bit
if
more.
If we've got a collector.
Yes.
Can't we just sell it as the modern iPod of its day?
You could do, yes, but it won't pick up podcasts.
Now, you wanted to raise as much as you can, clearly, for the Dogs Trust. I mean, how did you enjoy today?
Oh, I mean, it's just so interesting. I could go on forever. I mean, what have we got? We got 300?
Well, we've got £410 if you bring the desk. And if you don't, we've got £380.
But that's okay. I'm not sure about the desk, but I'll let you know on that one. But that's as much as I hoped for. That really is. That would be fantastic.
Well, the next time we see both of you, we'll be at the auction house with all your items
Can't wait.
there, ready to make the money for the dogs.
Very exciting. Thank you for today. I've really enjoyed it.
Well, we've all worked very hard today to find items to sell at auction for Lesley's chosen charity and come back with a pretty decent haul. The 1950s Bush TV is a classic and valued at £30 to £60. The Edwardian chair could steam into auction with its valuation of £30 to £50. The Rococo-style mirror is a beautiful find that could make well over £100 for charity. And the roll-top desk could contribute a further £30 to £50. But Lesley's got to ask her mum about selling it first. Coming up on Cash in the Celebrity Attic, just in case there was still any doubt, Lesley Joseph proves she's no shrinking violet.
I'll throw a kiss in. Well, there we are.
But will her auction efforts get the right result? Or will the bidders think she's just too brazen?
Come on.
Find out when the hammer falls. Now, it's been a couple of weeks since we had plenty of comic capers at actor Lesley Joseph's house, and together with her daughter Lizzie, we went from the basement all through the house and found lots of lovely items that we've brought here to Saunders Auction House in Stansted in Essex. Now, remember, Leslie's looking to raise around £300 for her chosen charity. So let's hope that when the items go under the hammer today, we're laughing all the way to the bank. The auction house is already abuzz as news of Lesley Joseph's lot spreads. Even expert Paul Hayes seems to be coming over all lyrical.
Ah, just in time, Lorne.
Oh, you're going to read me something
Yes,
poetic?
the old mayor climbed the belfry tower, the ringers ran by 2 by 3. Good ringers, pull your best, quoth he.
Oh, that's lovely, isn't it? It's from a completely different era.
Which is the theme of our programme today, I think, actually.
Well, we've got the television and, of course, the radio.
And that lovely camera.
OK, well, even though it's a bit out of fashion, because we all use mobile phone cameras now, don't we?
Yes, but some things that are out of fashion are evergreen.
Well, I agree with that. Well, should we put these down and go and see if we can find Lesley? She must be excited, I'm sure, about this. All of Leslie's lots are being sold to benefit a dog rescue charity. But before the auction is even underway, she and Lizzie seem to have found some more dogs in need of rehoming. Good morning, Lesley.
Good morning, good morning. We're fun. Do you see, what about this? The dog who wanted a home.
Oh, well, that's very appropriate,
Isn't it just? But these are lovely, aren't they? They're gorgeous. I could be bidding on these.
No.
No, not allowed.
No. But he's got the bone, and of course that's what we're hoping today, that we come in with all the money that you need. Do you actually think she might end up bidding, Lizzie?
It could get dangerous. I think we'll have to keep a good eye on her.
So are you looking forward to today?
I really, really am. I'm really excited.
And is there anything that you haven't bought?
Yes, I haven't brought the desk.
OK, and why is that?
Because I rang my mother. My mum's 96, and it was her desk, and she said, oh, I used to write my letters on that and I'd work on it. I couldn't. I just couldn't. It's sort of quite personal. I remember where it used to be in my old home, so that's had to stay, I'm afraid.
OK, well, look, the auction's going to start very shortly. So should we go and get into our positions?
Let's go.
Right, follow
Come on,
me.
Liz. I'm leaving them.
Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. We'll start the sale, selling under the usual terms and conditions.
Remember, all items sold at auction are subject to commission, so check the details with your local auction house. We're all set to go now, and Leslie's lots are looming.
Lots 118. It's the Book of Poems and Pastorals, King Albert's book, and 2 others.
I've actually got a copy of this King Albert's book.
Have you?
Well, I just think they're really charming,
I know.
you know?
The Poems and Pastorals is beautiful, and they've got some gorgeous pictures in it, and I think they're by quite well-known artists, so I'm just keeping my fingers crossed somebody appreciates it for what it is. It's really, really pretty.
Well, what's interesting about these sort of books is they had royalty behind them
Yes.
as a way of getting the artists of the day and the famous people of the day to do something that would raise funds for charity, which is, of course, what we're trying to do.
That's what we're trying to do.
Just for dogs. That's a slight difference there, but anyway. What would you want for this, Paul?
Looking £30 to £50, but you're right. I mean, we've got the children's book and we've got the poetry books, which are wonderful.
Yes, I mean, they're lovely.
All right.
Have we got the King Albert book in there as well?
Oh, yes,
in
that's
there,
in
yeah.
there, the whole lot.
OK, so let's see how we get on.
Lot 118. I have £10 bid, 12 where now? At 10, 12, 15, 18, 20, 2, 5. £25 is bid, 28 where now? At £25, all done and finished then at £25 and selling at 25, 28. Take it away. At £28 it goes at £28.
2 more, up to 30, up to the estimate. That's
£28.
That's
There we
okay.
go. That's all right. God, it's a bit hard work getting there, though, wasn't it?
A little disappointed that the Book of Poems didn't reach a little bit more, but I'm thrilled now I've seen the person who bought them. The sort of man that you wouldn't imagine in a million years would buy poetry.
They're just a lovely book, and the pastoral colours and that inside really took me eye. That's why I bought them.
Well, it just goes to show you never know who's going to bid for your items at auction. The lot of books, including poems and pastorals, sells for £28, just a shade under Paul's estimate. The Bakelite radio is up next. Hopefully it will make some bigger waves. Now, Lizzie, do you like this Art Deco style?
Oh, yeah, I really like it.
Yeah?
Hopefully, fingers crossed it will do well.
We should have your music coming out, shouldn't we? Hey?
Grand Majestic.
OK, £30 to £50. Let's see what we get.
Good-looking little lot here. We'll start away at £20. £20 is bid. I'll take 2 in the room now. For the Bakelite radio here, £20 is bid. I'll take 2 in the room now. At £20 is bid for the Bakelite there. Have 22, 25. £25 is bid. Take 8 where now? At £25 is going to sell for £25. All done and finished at £25.
Oh, please.
Oh, that was less than I thought
That was
would go
much
for.
less.
£25, that's a disappointment, I must admit.
I thought that would go for much more than that. The radio disappointed me slightly. I thought the radio would make about 60 at least. But hey, you know, depends who's here on the day.
Lesley's right, anything can happen when you sell items at auction, and you don't always get as much as you hope for. But there's a weighty tome up next. Let's hope it will have a sale price to match.
Lot 132. It's the Illustrated Carpenter and Builder.
Now, this book you found, it's blooming huge, isn't it?
It's huge.
It's a weighty module.
It's a weighting module, and it's actually really interesting, and it's got how the Tower Bridge first opened. Somebody here should be a carpenter or a builder and should want this book.
Especially for what, 20 odd quid?
Yeah, £20. I mean, this is an interesting item. It's got all that wonderful history with it, hasn't it? Yes. It's fascinating. But let's have a look. £20 we're looking for.
Start way, £20 for it. £10 to start. The Illustrated Carpenter and Builder, £10 is bid. In the room at £10 is bid. I'll take 12 where now?
Oh, can't sell it for 10.
15, 18, 20. £20 is bid in the room now. 22 where?
We've got the 20. Come on, a little bit more.
£20, we're selling at £20. All done.
That's okay. At least we got the lower end of the
There
estimate.
you go.
That's good.
Sold for £20. Not a huge sum, but Lesley's looking on the bright side.
The Illustrated Carpenter book I'm thrilled about because that's a very specialist book. I mean, you know, if you're a carpenter or a builder, or maybe if you're just interested in history, because it does give you the history of the time. So I'm really pleased that, yes, it made its low estimate.
The next lot for sale is the Pentax camera. Surely that'll be snapped up by a keen photographer. It looks like a proper paparazzi camera. Have you ever been packed?
Oh, and some.
Have you?
They have these huge lenses and they can just about every pore in your face.
Oh, how awful.
Never mind, if you're being papped, you know you're still up there.
Now, what do we want for this, Paul?
Well, I said about £100, and I think you're right, exactly right. The lenses is worth about.
The lenses are worth.
We've all moved on to digital now, really. But
Yeah,
£100
but
all.
if you're a true photographer, you like all the trying on of the different lenses. That's what you
Main
like.
gadgets, fiddling with things.
Yes.
£100 for this.
Come on, it's got to be worth 100.
£100 for it. Lot 139, the proceeds going to charity there. 50 then.
Oh,
We'll start at
please.
£50, I'll take 5 where now? £50 will start, I'll take 5 where now for the SLR camera? 5, 60, 5, 70, 5.
80.
In the room it's £75, 80 where now? That's £75, 80. 85. Gentleman's bid seated at £85. I think that's its limit at £85, 90 where now? The bid is seated at £85. All done and finished at 85.
£85.
Well, it's not so bad.
Lesley, we feel your pain. We were hoping to hit 100 for that classic Pentax camera, but £85 will still buy an awful lot of dog food. In fact, we're over halfway towards our £300 charity target, with £158 so far. Now, we've got a bit of a break before the rest of our lots go up, so we've got the chance, if you want, to have a look round.
Brilliant.
Yeah?
Absolutely brilliant. Yes, please.
Well, I know you spotted something already, so come on. While Lesley and Lizzie browse the rest of the bidding lots, Paul seems to have found some furry friends. What on earth have you got there, Paul?
To the untrained eye, it looks like an ordinary box of old toys, which you will find in lots of auction houses all over the country. But the auctioneer has been very clever and taken one particular toy out. Look at that, isn't that fantastic?
Oh, he's lovely, isn't he? A little pull-along toy. So do you know what make it is?
Well, it looks like a Steiff. There's no button in the ear, but Margaret Steiff made all these wonderful items round about the turn of the century. These pull-along toys, they're all straw-filled. That's a cracking example. She's more famous, obviously, for teddy bears, but I think that's one of hers.
So what sort of price would you expect that to go for? Then?
Well, they're in the auction today between £50 and £100,
Right.
but I would imagine that if someone likes this item and takes a fancy to it, I suspect it's going to go for a bit more than that. I think that's going to fly today. I think someone's going to love that, and you never know, it might be a nice Christmas present for somebody.
I didn't know you care, Paul,
Well,
but yes, I do like it very much. Thank you.
Good
And
luck.
the Steiff dog's up for auction next. Let's see how it sells.
We have this pull-along dog.
Interesting enough, in the auction catalogue, they have described this as a pull-along dog, but I have to say I am not convinced that's a dog.
Well, it looks like it could be a dog, but I think it's more a bear.
I've got a golden retriever, a pug and a shih tzu, and it doesn't look anything like those. That's all I can say.
Right, OK, well, it's coming up now. Let's see how we get on. But the estimate's £50. Let's see what it goes for.
£30, 20, £20 is bid. I'll take 2, 22, 25, 28, 30, 32, 35, 38, 40, 42, 45, £45 right in the middle here. £45 bid and selling at £45, all done at £45. It's in the middle here.
Yeah.
£45.
Well, that was right on estimate, but do you know what? I think that's a good buy for somebody, don't you?
Well, I do, yes, especially if they can actually distinguish whether it is a bear or a dog.
He might be a bit dog-eared, but £45 seems like a steal for a Steiff, as they're so collectible. Let's hope his new owner takes good care of him. Time to get back to Lesley's auction now, though, as she continues to raise money for her favourite dogs charity.
Lot 146 is the Bush Type 24 television, circa 1953.
I would never have admitted to watching the coronation on there in 1953.
Well, I did. You're not as old as me. 1953, I watched the coronation, Queen Elizabeth II, on that television. It's part of my life, part of my history.
So what do we want for this part of history?
30 up to about £60. It's amazing how fast technology moves on, but this is really ancient technology. Things
Are you saying I am ancient? No. I'm taking exception with that.
£20 for it, 20 would away, £20 is bid, I'll take 2 where now. At £20 is bid, lot 146 we're selling now. £20 is bid, I'll take 2 where now. At £20 is
Can't
bid.
really go for £20, I won't do this.
25. 28, sir? 28? 28 in the room here. On the right at £28, 30 where now. The bid's in the room and selling at £28, all done and finished at £28.
Oh, I had hoped we'd get more for that, I must say. But
Never mind.
£28, there you go.
That's okay.
Like you say, everyone wants plasma TV.
At least it's sold.
Now. Yes, absolutely.
It's strange seeing the Bush television, knowing that I watched the coronation on it. That's really part of my life. I'm just hoping somebody takes it and gives it a good home, especially as it's still working.
Looks like this auction crowd are just too technologically savvy to pay top dollar for an antique telly. But at least someone took the TV set off Lesley's hands for £28. I'm starting to fear that our £300 target's looking a little bit shaky. We're desperately in need of some more charity cash, and with a steamer chair up next, it seems Lesley has decided it's time to teach an old dog some new tricks.
The chair that I'm going to try and auction is called a steam chair. I've never auctioned anything in my life, but hey, you know, give it a go. It's always a first.
Lot 153, I'm going to be ably assisted in this next lot.
It's your time, it's your cue. You still want to do this?
No, but
Right,
I'll
OK,
try.
well, there's never better thing
Shall
than
we
now.
go?
Come on.
Good morning, everybody. I've got my gavel in my hand. Good morning, I'm Lesley Joseph. If you don't know me, I'm an Essex girl. Let's start the bidding, and I've never done this before. Let's start the bidding at £30. We've got a bid for 30, thank you. 32 anywhere. 32, come on, it's worth 32. £32, thank you. 34, £34, 34 for a beautiful chair, 34 at the back there. 36, come on, we're going up very slowly. 36, 36, 36 on my right. 38, anybody going to bid for 38? 38 over there. We're doing fabulously, but I want more. 38, anybody? 38, thank you. 38 on my right. £40, anybody? 40 at the back, thank you. 42 anywhere. 42, 42, thank you. 42. Oh, this is exhausting. I don't know how you do it so quickly.
Why don't you throw a kiss in?
I'll throw a kiss in. Mwah, there we are. 44. Anybody up to 44? £44. 44. 44. I'm going to sell at 42. 44. 46. We've got 44 down here. 46. Oh, you're all gone so quiet. You were all talking when he was on. 46. It's obviously my charisma. 46 anywhere. 46. Anybody gone up to 46? You two are bidding against each other. 46. Going to go to 48. Come on, 40. Come on, I'll blow you a kiss. Mwah. £50. I'm going to sell at 50. Anybody else? 52. 52. We're selling at 50. Selling once. I've heard them do this. Selling twice. The gavel's going down at £50. Oh! Thank you so much. Oh, dear. Well, that was exhausting.
A sterling effort by Lesley means her steamer chair sells right at the top end of its estimate. A great result.
It was great fun. The difficulty is remembering who's bid what and where they are, because you tend to forget. And I had to ask him in the middle, where am I? Where did I? He just said 40. I mean, that was quite. Don't know what I'm talking about now, but it was great.
Will the porcelain dolls also deliver?
Yeah, these are great, actually. These miniature dolls are very popular. They're very nostalgic, sort of late 19th century items. Everybody's granny would have had one at one point. So I said about £40 for these, OK?
At £20, I'll take 2 where now? For the dolls we're selling at £20, I'll take 2 where now?
More than 20, come on, more than 20, more than 20.
At 25, 28 where now? At 25,
So please up to 30.
£25, we all done at 25.
£25.
Never mind, that's fine.
Well, they're sold, they're gone.
That's fine.
The dolls do slightly less well than expected, selling for £25. We're hoping to stay on track and take away £300 today, so we're all feeling pretty tense as Leslie's last lot takes to the stand.
160 is a reproduction gilt framed wall mirror.
Mirrors are doing very well though at the moment, aren't they?
Yeah, but this fits in
It's
with the
a
modern
beautiful
style.
mirror. It's beautiful.
It looks great there.
So what do you want for this?
About £100 is a nice
I'd
example.
really like 100.
At £50 will start. I'll take 5 anywhere in the room now. This gilt mirror we're selling at £50 will start. 55, 60,
60, come on, 60, 70, come on.
80,
Yes, come on.
90.
Yes.
£90, one more, Jean, it's for charity. 95, 95, thank you very much.
Come on.
£95, it'll sell at £95.
Come on.
95.
£95, there we go.
Did I see the nice person that has done that? I love you, whoever you are.
£95 is a fantastic result, but has our charity target gone to the dogs?
Now, you wanted to raise £300 for the Dogs
Yeah.
Trust, didn't you? I mean, do you think we've done that today?
Maybe that or just under.
Oh, well, OK, we did a bit better than that. We made
we?
£356.
Oh, that's really good. That's really, really good.
Will that make a big difference?
It will make a huge difference. Whatever you can raise for the Dogs Trust, everything is done on charity donations. So they will be absolutely thrilled. But also just raising awareness as well. And that's everything that it's about, raising awareness. And, you know, for my little Lulu, my little Louise.
Oh, well, I'm really pleased.
I'm thrilled.
Really pleased for you.
Thrilled.
A few weeks after raising £356 at auction, Lesley Joseph went to visit the Dogs Trust Rehoming Centre in North London to see some of the dogs her money is going to help, and catch up with Louise, who she trained for the Underdog show.
I can't wait to see Louise, except she's now called Trixie, so I don't know whether to call her Louise or Trixie. I can't wait. I absolutely adore her. And had I not got 2 elderly cats, I would have kept her.
Louise has been renamed Trixie by her new owners Anne and Peter Shearer, who brought her along today for a special reunion with Lesley.
Hello. Oh, Anne and Peter,
She's a perfect
hello. How
hi.
are you? Oh, I am so thrilled. Well, what's
There
this?
she is.
What's this? Sit. Louise, sit. Good girl. Yes. It took us 3 weeks
Oh,
to
I
get
could
her
imagine,
to do that.
yes.
She loves you, doesn't she?
Yeah, I think she's taken us on. I think she's adopted us.
You love your new owners, don't you? She's so comfortable with you. Isn't
Yeah, I
it?
think
So
she
lovely
is,
to
yes.
see.
Yeah.
That's why I wanted to raise money, because she'd been in here for 2 years.
I know, she'd known nothing but that.
No,
Yeah,
and also if
absolutely.
she'd been somewhere else, there's every possibility she could have been put down.
Yeah.
Well, it's been great. I mean, to get a dog from a rescue place has been wonderful, but to find out that she's actually a TV personality as well has just been amazing. So we've been thrilled to be here today to meet Lesley and bring our dog along.
Of course, you don't have to be a TV personality to get help from the charity. They care for more than 15,000 dogs every year, and they aim to get every single one of them rehomed.
It was gorgeous to see Louise, or Trixie as she's now called, and what was really lovely was to see the bond she's made with her new owners. They've only had her a couple of months, but it was just fantastic.
Well, thanks to Lesley's generosity and a great day at auction, there's a lot of dogs that are going to have a much better life now. Now, if you've got a project in mind that you'd like to raise some money for by selling your antiques and collectibles at auction, then why not apply to come on Cash in the Attic? You'll find more details about the show at our website, which is bbc.co.uk. And we'll see you again next time.